Hello and welcome to the weekly support and clarity from Spirit for you. So thanks for joining me. I hope you've had a fantastic week. And we're doing a special Valentine's Day weekly reading this week. So this is from the 13th, Monday the 13th to Sunday the 19th of February. So just to let you know how I work with my guides, all those in spirit who love me, ask them to come close to give you what you need for the upcoming week, as well as any tips or techniques they feel might benefit you. So I'll just tune in, seal off, and we'll get into it. Okay. They're asking you to put yourself, have a bit of fun this week and give yourself a little bit of a challenge. And try to recognize how often you give yourself a positive statement this week. Just do your best. We're going to, I'm sure you're not going to be able to catch them all, or maybe you will, who knows, that's part of the challenge. But try to be mindful of how often you speak something very uplifting, very loving, very positive to yourself, but also to other people. And if you're able to, just mark it down on your phone. Everyone carries a phone these days. Just put a 1, 2, 3 if you want to for yourself and for other people. And at the end of the day, just have a look at what your score is. Where are you sitting? Are you sitting evenly? Are you sitting that you give other people more positive feedback and more love? Do you give yourself more love? And just see what happens there. Because as you start doing this and as you start recognizing when you are giving yourself positive encouragement or congratulations, rewards, you'll also start to be more mindful of when you are not doing that. When you are saying things to yourself which aren't as encouraging, which aren't as beautiful. And so we're not going to concentrate on that. You'll just naturally start to see this within yourself, and you'll naturally start to have more of an idea about what you're thinking, what you're saying, how you're doing it. So this could be verbally, could be through self-talk or in your mind, could even be thoughts that you have or things that you feel as well. And I know that seems like a lot to do and to put that in, but just do your best and have a go and see what actually flows with that. And when you do have a look at this towards the end of the day, just go through, okay, I did this 7 times, I did this 1 time, I did this, 30 times, whatever. And I'd like you to they're asking you to reflect on that and go, wow, if I gave myself, one positive comment today or one positive attribute, or recognize that once, congratulated myself, how does that feel? How does that suit within you? Do you want more? Do you want less? What's going on? And also for other people as well. So, okay, we're not actually going to do a weekly reading this week, which is interesting. They're going to throw a little bit in here and there, but it's not going to be how I normally do it. They're just telling me. So, it's also about you recognizing how you feel connected or not connected outside of you. Now, whenever you notice something that you maybe don't want, you actually have power there and you have choice as well. And through that power and choice, you have the ability to change that to more of a beneficial and uplifting choice. You also have the power to not go in that direction. And so it's really about you asking yourself, and it doesn't need to be hard. I could feel a few people there going, it seems really hard. It actually doesn't. So when it's just about you recognizing this, and it's about you saying, okay, well, if I have choices, generally you've got two or more choices. We're just going to narrow it down to two. They're saying generally there's quite a lot, but we'll just say there's two choices. So if you recognize a choice that you're doing that is not so good, well, what if you flip that on the other side? What would that be like? What would happen? Or how do you feel with that? It's getting a bit of fig and some fig seeds stuck in my teeth from before. And so it's really about you being a little bit more mindful of that, about that connection or that non-connection. And actually, when you're asking yourself this, it's about you saying, well, actually, I can look at myself as being connected to the people around me, connected to, my family or my friends, connected to my home, the things around me or not. And it's really about you, they just say, well, how about us? How about spirit? We're always connected to you. And they're just telling me that when you come into this earth, you don't actually disconnect yourself from source, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it. And you don't disconnect yourself from anything. What you actually do is there's part of you, and a lot of people have, most of you have heard about your higher self, that stays with source energy, stays with great spirit. And as you move down and you incarnate, that there's a connection between your incarnation, your physical incarnation here on earth, and your higher self, which is always connected with spirit, always connected with the guides, always connected with people that love you, whether that is people that you know, or people that you don't know, or people that have been in past lives as well. And so when you think about that, there's a lot of connection going on that is available to you if you really want it. And it's really about allowing yourself to really sit into that and allow yourself to surrender to that. And also allow yourself to consciously go into that. So you can do it any way you want, but it's available to you at all times. And the more you feel connected, the more you feel supported. The more you feel supported, the more you feel loved, and then you'll love yourself. But sometimes people look at love as something which is, it's like it's a finite amount, it's a finite quality. So if I give out lots of love, just say you give out 80% love, well, you should be able to get 20% back, or the other way around. But generally what I can feel with people watching this is that they give out and then, they're wanting to receive. But they're telling me that love doesn't work on a counter system. It's not like, is it an abacus? They're laughing, they're showing me like, we don't have an amount of love which you can receive and which you can give. They're saying it's infinite. And when you actually allow yourself to be open to this, even to, sort of think about, what if the possibilities if I just could get 100% love all the time? How would that feel? What would that be? So I had to think about that this week and on Tuesday as well, because Valentine's Day doesn't have to be something that's with somebody else at all. I've had so many Valentine's Days on my own, and I've actually felt incredibly loved. And there's been times when I've gone, right, I'm going to have my own sort of thing with myself. How can I treat myself? What can I do? How can I show myself how much I love me? And also with friends as well. It doesn't have to be between lovers or partners or whatever it is. It can be with friends as well. And so it's about allowing yourself to just have a bit of fun and just to see what happens with this. Allow yourself to just open up to having 100% love coming into your life. And then also, as you fill up and you're 100% full of love, that it doesn't stop there. It'll just keep flowing through. What would you naturally want to do? You'd naturally want to give it to people around you. You'd want to give it to people you don't even know. You'd want to give it to anywhere, in different parts of the world, other people, people in Ukraine who are having a really difficult time, people in other countries. Also give it to the animals and the trees and the earth. So instead of making love something which is like a commodity, they just said, look at it as something that is everlasting, is ever-flowing, something that you can never use up. It's an infinite resource and something that's always available to all of us. And so allow yourself to have a little bit of fun with this Valentine's Day week, and allow yourself to just indulge and enjoy yourself and see how much you can give out love to others. See how much you can give love to yourself. And then see how you feel while you're doing this as well. It's not going to stop shit happening. Everyone has ups and downs. I'm not saying it's an up and down week. I'm just saying that it's a way in which you can use love and opening yourself up to that from other sources, spirit yourself, to help to support you and help to guide you through that. I thought it was the end then, and I could just hear them say, we want you to know that we love you so much. And the love that we have for you is like the love of your child being born. If anyone out there has got children or is close to children or have children around them, especially when they're young, babies and getting older, they're saying, you look at them with such awe and such beauty. You look at them as being these absolute masterpieces, absolutely incredible, can do no wrong, pure, completely magnificent on all ways. We see you like this. This may surprise you, but we see you as these beautiful light beings, these beautiful children, regardless of their age, the age you are. We see you as these incredible, pure beings. And we always treat you in that way. We never think bad of you. We never hold back from you. We never want to not be with you at any time. We're always there by your side, and it is because we want to, not because it's our job, or we have to, or we think we should. It's an undying connection and love that never changes, it never reduces, and will never go away. As you listen to these words, we ask you to feel the love within them. And we ask you to open up to the energy that's flowing through to you. You may even choose to say the words to yourself. I open myself up to feeling this connection and love with greater clarity. Please, Spirit, help me with this. And see what happens. And this is something that we ask you to do, not just now, when you are watching the video, but we ask you to do this whenever you want to. See what happens. And see what happens when you do this on a regular basis. How do you feel? What happens to you? We thank you all for listening. And we are always with you and by your side. Our love never ends. It has no beginning and it has no ending. Thank you. And so it is. It's always quite extraordinary when they talk through me or channel through me, and I just say word for word what they're saying. I'm not sure what else to say except thank you. Have a beautiful week. Know that you are loved. Thank you.